Yo, what's up YouTube family? It's your boy DONCOOZIE back at you with another hot TikTok reaction video. Today we're going to react to some strange and bizarre TikTok reactions. I'm talking about the kind that's going to have you questioning everything. With that said, if you're new to the channel, go ahead, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let's get right to the content.
An unexpected turn. The astronauts doing the spacewalks will now be wearing snorkels after the last astronaut who performed a spacewalk nearly drowned when his helmet filled with water. Let's get to...
But just my gut inside me said, that's my dive buddy, and I should be with my dive buddy. That's my dive buddy, and I should be with my dive buddy.
But the last spacewalk ended with Italian astronaut Luca Parmitano nearly drowning in his helmet after it started filling with water.
Water is in his eyes now, and it seems to be increasing.
Fellow astronauts quickly pulled him back into the station. When they did, water poured from the helmet.
And just out of the airlock right now, and I'll get in config to get the waist feathers all hooked up, the safety feathers, I should say. Okay.
Dave Williams beginning the third spacewalk of his career.
We saw some droplets coming out, and I'm looking at you from camera Charlie.
Okay.
And I saw them go up towards your feet.
Okay, I don't see anything.
Bubbles in Space starts today at theaters everywhere.
Marco!
Now, I know everybody, I hate to state the obvious, but we know he meant where, right, instead of where. But I just had to point that out right there, man. My boy need a little spelling lesson or something, man. Like, that's crazy, boy. But that is wild to be wearing snorkels now out of space. So what is that telling you? I know what it tells me.
Do you guys remember that alleged Area 51 whistleblower that told us that demons were actually interdimensional beings? TikTok, this is satire for entertainment purposes only. On September 11th, 1997, there was a call to the Art Bell radio show that alleged that he was let go from Area 51 and was attempting to blow the whistle on what was going on. About halfway through the call, the broadcast abruptly stops.
Hello, Art? Yes. Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country, and I don't know where to start there. Anyway, this is really
Discharge.
I started getting...
Art Bell then goes on to say that all the years he had been in radio, that had never ever happened to him. I found it really interesting that he said they made contact with them in earlier space programs, and a lot of us know that NASA started off exploring the oceans, and now look at where they're coming from. I personally believe that this is why they fight so hard against dumb flirfers like myself, because they don't want you to know that outer space is and that we can't be invaded by aliens, they are demons. And the reason for that is because then you would have to believe in God and you would have to accept the truth and that all of it is real. All of this being said, if you have faith in God and Jesus, you should not be afraid. These things can be defeated through God. The Bible has hundreds of verses about not being afraid. Here's one of my favorites. Deuteronomy 31 tells us, "Be strong and courageous. Do not fear or be in dread of them, for it is the Lord your God who goes with you. He will not leave you or forsake you. It is the Lord who goes before you. He will be with you. He will not leave or forsake you. Do not fear or be dismayed." This was also a topic that they attempted to address at the UFO hearings. The guy they were questioning wouldn't answer if they were interdimensional beings or not. This is satire for entertainment purposes only. I am merely joking and talking about sci-fi.
Big facts, Bing, big facts.
Oh my gosh, why do they look like that? I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together, and the only thing that I can think of is when Ariana Grande admitted to us a few years back that she is a witch. A witchy witch, in her words. And if you don't remember, watch this clip.
You do readings
every day. No, they come to me.
Oh, interesting.
They come to me.
You are a witch?
I am, indeed. The witchiest witch.
Whatever is going on with Ariana Grande and Cynthia is definitely spiritual, because this is not normal. How do you go from looking like this to this?
Yeah,
my theory is that these spirits are literally sucking the life out of Ariana Grande and Cynthia. I don't know what they are harvesting, but it is definitely demonic. I don't know. The movie title is Wicked. They look wicked. It all just seems too eerie for me. I'm definitely not going to go sit in a movie theater as a child of God and go watch a witch perform. It just does not make sense. So I won't be watching a Wicked movie. Whatever is on them is definitely in that movie, and I will be protecting my spirit at all costs. And I recommend that you guys do the same and exert your discernment.
Boy, that's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's either that's another person, like a lookalike or something, or it's something more sinister going on, as in we probably already know because it's been going on. Because like I always say, about 10, 15 years ago, all this satanic stuff and this stuff wasn't so openly, you know what I'm saying, like demonic worshiping and stuff, like mainstream. It wasn't so open, you know, out in the public like that. You know, they was kind of hiding it back then. Or maybe I'm just one of the ones that's, you know, knowing what's really going on now, just like you. But that is crazy, man. Like, it's got to be those end times type thing, because, man, like I say, they're just so blatantly open with it nowadays. Like, everywhere. The music industry, the acting, everywhere. Man, this world is truly ran by, you know, evil. Period. It's crazy.
Y'all, The Simpsons predicted that the Anunnaki gods is gonna come back and get us, yo. I need y'all to see this video real quick, yo. This shit was talking about basically the Mayan gods, but the Mayan gods that was pertaining to the... Look at this, look at this. Yo, the giant Nephilim beings coming back, destroying the planet. Look at this, y'all. What? And then look at this. Did y'all see this show? Basically how they put together the same type of people at this big ass rave. Y'all, then you know what else this reminded me of? This also reminded me of like some Transformers shit, like how they came down and everything. Yo, like, this is almost on the same type of deal. Look at these beings, y'all. They big as shit. Does this not look like they're preparing for something? Look at this. This is for entertainment purposes only, yo. Oh my God!
Man, that's wild. Blatantly.
It's now day 4 of that underground fire at Williamsburg Premium Outlets. It's still active, and yesterday a drone captured some dramatic video. 10 on Your Side's Brett Hall is live at the scene there in James City County, where, Brett, you're saying for some reason they don't want to put water on this. Explain why.
What kind of shit is that?
Right.
Well, and I'm getting a clarification from that, hopefully, in a moment, but it really has to do with runoff. Obviously, water goes on, it has to go somewhere, even when you're fighting the fire. And because of the possible toxicity of what they are going to be putting fire on, they do not want to add any of those things into the stream, because once the water starts flowing, you're not going to stop water, and plenty of people know that. There's a lot of white smoke, but we're also still seeing a black smoke rise as flames begin to peek out from under pieces of asphalt. Again, as I said earlier, there's around 20 feet dug down, and you can see the black, the darker color smoke here rising, and you can see some flames peeking up through the asphalt that has already collapsed on this parking lot. This is the parking lot behind the Williamsburg Premium Outlets. The Williamsburg Outlets still remaining open, just in case anybody is wondering. And there are air monitor systems outside of the stores as they continue, the Department of Environmental Quality as well as the EPA, to make sure that it is safe for people to be out here. But I will say, it will irritate your eyes as the wind blows in our direction right now. It burns your eyes a little bit. This is not something to come and gawk at. If you don't need to be here, do not be here. Those who live near here that are also seeing the smoke and smelling it, they are told to stay indoors as much as possible. The health department is also monitoring this, and if you have any breathing concerns, you are asked to contact the Peninsula Health Department, which is taking the lead on this effort. Again, the fire marshal for James City County has been on the job for 40 years. We spoke to him just about a half hour ago. He says in all of his time, he has never dealt with a situation like this. He doesn't know any of his friends that have dealt with a situation like this. So that is probably, Aisha, one of the reasons that they are being very decisive in how they're going to try and fight this. As of right now, again, they do not believe there's any way this fire can spread beyond where it is. So letting it burn out is the choice of action they are taking.
Damn! You got to be a stupid motherfucker.
Crazy.
Hey, y'all tripping over here in Williamsburg, G. That's right here beside my job. Now, you telling me it's alright for the people to still go in the store, but you telling local people to stay in the community, to stay in the house, make it make sense, and it's toxic. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here coughing every now and then from it. It's that strong. And you can smell it for over a mile radius, probably 2 mile radius, you know what I'm saying? Might go more than that. But yeah, y'all tripping. It's gonna be trouble. Trouble.
What the hell going on, man?
Think it's a game?
Boy did his thing on that video, creating that editing and stuff. Man, that is crazy though. What kind of, I'm getting, is it Gates of Hell vibes, or what y'all think is just a man-made catastrophe? Let me know.
Did Frank Ocean warn us about the substance years ago? Okay, hear me out. For those of you who aren't familiar with the movie The Substance, it's a new movie that's out in theaters right now, or you can stream it online, but it's essentially about an aging actress who finds this new mysterious product that she tries, and it's called The Substance. And basically it sells her this dream. It allows her to transform into being her young, hot, new and improved version of herself, like time rolled back. And she's super excited about it, but it comes with a lot of side effects and challenges, to say the least. Like, this is to say the least. The movie is so intense, honestly, and I feel like it accurately kind of mirrors what's going on in Hollywood, that it's never quite as shiny and glamorous as it seems, and she's in for one. Now, you could say it's just a movie, and it's like, okay, sure, but I don't know, like with things like Ozempic on the rise, surgery, just kind of how Hollywood has been and the image that it holds today, I feel like there definitely might be some truth in it, more truth than people may think. And I also wonder, when do we draw the line and say, okay, is entertainment just entertainment, or is there more to it? Sometimes I wonder if this entertainment is based on some reality, and I feel like by the time it gets to the public, by the time it gets to us, these are things that people in the industry have known is going on, like way before us. Let me connect this to Frank Ocean. Let me explain to you, stay with me now, where I'm going with this. So I was listening to Frank Ocean's Channel Orange the other day, one of my favorite songs, Lost, and something stood out to me at the end of the song that I had never really noticed before, and It caught me off guard, so I'm going to play it. You guys tell me what you think. Last like 10 seconds of the song. I don't know. I thought that was really sus because I just feel like 2024 has been the year of us just seeing that Hollywood is not as, you know, pure as it seems, and there's a lot that we don't know about that's actually going on behind the scenes. And Cat Williams said it, like 2024 was going to be the year of a lot of things getting exposed, a lot of truths, and I just felt like the movie The Substance coming out this year was like right on brand with all of that. And then when I heard this, I was like, oh my gosh, was Frank giving us some breadcrumbs back in 2012 about The Substance? And by the time the film is coming out, it's like they've already been doing this and so much more. So just some food for thought. I don't really know what to do with this information. Do with it what you will, but I just thought it was kind of sus, so had to share. But
let me tell y'all a true story. Be so boom, watch this video to the end. The Simpsons done it again. TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
Milking room.
Okay.
I hope you found the decent.
What? What's that? No! Oh, hell no. Come on. What happened?
My bones are so brittle.
Okay.
But I always drink plenty of milk.
What? Stop playing with me, son. TikTok. This is for entertainment purposes only. I didn't do anything. The Simpsons did it. Shut up! You're still eating that milk and cereal, aren't you? Doesn't matter. Oat milk, whole milk, almond milk. Stop playing with me, son. It's all the same. The Simpsons showed you that.
Man, that's crazy.
Shut up! Let's not forget, guys. This is just a cartoon. This is not real. Stop playing with me, son. And guess what? We got him. We got him. Man, I'm telling you guys, all you gotta do is put the pieces together. It's like a puzzle. You know, remember? Connect 4? Stop playing with me, son. I'm tired of this, guys, and I'm telling you right now, I ain't eating cereal ever again. But I tell you one thing. If I'm ever in a supermarket and somebody tells me this is the best milk to get, is that right?
Nah, that's diabolical. I ain't gonna lie. Rat milk to the kids. Say, man, I think it's time for us parents, you know, to go to those schools and check on what they feed and giving our kids, you know, the drinks and stuff like that, man. Even what they feed, especially what they feed in their minds. I ain't gonna say even if, especially what they feed in their minds. That's what matters most. For real, for real.
Ancient Egypt, Greek mythology, UFOs, biblical and modern day giants, and even mermaids all go back to the fallen angels. And you and I have been lied to about it all. Now for this video, we're going to go back to where this all started, Genesis 6:4, when the fallen angels mated with the women on earth. And we're going to explain this because there is a lot of confusion about how angels reproduced. Genesis 6:4, there were giants on the earth in those days and also afterward when the sons of God, angels, came into the daughters of men, humans, and they bore children to them. They were the mighty men who were of old, men of renown. New International Version is more literal. It says the Nephilim were on the earth in those days and also afterwards. We get the word giant from the root word nephal, which is the singular of Nephilim. Nephilim is the plural of nephal. It means to fall. So Nephilim means the fallen ones. Jude 6 explains this further. He says, and the angels who did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day. Now, angels have free will, just like you and I do. So there were angels that left their proper domain. They left the power of God. They left heaven, followed Satan. Out of that group of angels that were following Satan, there were angels that were watching the women on earth. They decided they had to have them. So those angels, out of the whole group, those angels left the spiritual realm, came down, took a physical form in our 3D dimension. They left their dimension, came into ours in physical form, and mated with the women on earth. Book of Enoch explains this even further. You being spiritual, holy, and possessing a life which is eternal, obviously talking about the sons of God, the angels, have polluted yourselves with women, have begotten in carnal blood, have lusted in the blood of men, and have done as those who are flesh and blood do. I know the top is a little cut off. This is talking about the giants. So this is the fallen angels' offspring. Now the giants who have been born of spirit and of flesh shall be called upon earth evil spirits, and on earth shall be their habitation. Now, evil spirits shall proceed from their flesh, because they were created from above. From the holy watchers was their beginning and primary foundation. Evil spirits shall they be upon earth, and the spirits of the wicked shall they be called. The habitation of the spirits of heaven shall be in heaven, but upon earth shall be the habitation of terrestrial spirits who are born on earth. Now, how does that relate to these guys? These were even mermaids. For this, we go to the Book of Enoch, and we will get into UFOs here in a second. First, we have to establish what exactly was going on before the flood. And all the others together with them took unto themselves wives. This was not a mutual thing. Adam and Eve were perfect. They were the epitome of beauty. So their offspring were all beautiful human beings. So the women on earth at that time were absolutely gorgeous. So the fallen angels saw them, had to have them. They departed from their spiritual realm, came into the 3D realm, took physical form, and essentially raped the women, and the women gave birth to giants. Number 2, and they became pregnant, and they bare great giants, whose height was 3,000 ells, who consumed all the acquisitions of men. And when men could no longer sustain them, the giants turned against them and devoured mankind. This even plays into the giants we see today. This was in 2002. This is the Kandahar giant. I will do a video on this soon. They are still walking the earth today, and they are cannibalistic. Down here, number 5, and they began to sin against birds, beasts, reptiles, and fish, and to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Because angels were not meant to reproduce, when they utilized their free will, followed the epitome of evil, Satan, things happened that were not supposed to happen. It corrupted mankind. It corrupted the lineage of creation. This is why we see things like this or this. I mean, there was evil beyond evil. There was deplorable things walking the earth, and Noah and his sons were the only genetically pure beings left on the earth. The entire earth was filled with this. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Stay with me. So back in Jude, we see the consequence to what happened to the angels, because our God is a just God. So the angels that decided to mate with the women, they were cast into chains, they were cast into hell. Now, Jews in Jesus' time commonly referred to demons as Tamu Nephal, which means dead Nephal or dead Nephilim. Demons are the disembodied spirits of the dead Nephilim. When God flooded the entire earth, it wiped out all of the flesh. The spirits remained. God tells us that demonic spirits need a host. They are like parasites. They need a house to inhabit. They need a body to possess. Now, we know after the flood, it did not take long at all before evil was on the rise again. Why? Because the spirits of the Nephilim still remained on earth. How this all played out after the flood, how giants walked the earth again, there is no clear answer to. It is a possibility that Noah's daughters-in-law did not have a pure bloodline, so their offspring paired up with the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim gave rise to the giants. It gave rise to all of that evil again. We do know for certain is there were giants on those earth in those days and also afterwards. So God is very clear that it started right up again. Now this brings us to the UFOs, because as it was in the days of Noah, so it will be in the Son of Man. Aliens are the fallen angels, and they are here attempting to do the exact same thing they did before the flood. The earliest well-known UFO abduction was in 1957, and if you and I know anything, that means that it had been going on well before that. This is what they want us to know. Boas underwent what he described as medical examinations. He claimed to have had physical samples taken, hair, blood, and skin scrapings. Interaction, here it is. He also reported an interaction with a female alien, which resulted in what he believed was an attempt at reproduction. What's interesting is every single UFO account, abduction account, there is always some kind of sexual interaction because the fallen angels are attempting to reproduce with man. And this is why we have giants walking the earth and have always had giants walking the earth. Satan has always been trying to corrupt mankind because you and I are made in the image of God, and he literally hates us for it. All of this leads to this, the rapture of the church. It is going to be in the near future, any single second now. It could be this evening, it could be next year, it could be 5 years from now. I don't know, but it is soon. And it is going to be in a single second when millions of believers in Jesus Christ will be removed from this earth and we are taken home to heaven. However, the government will come in, the world will come in and try to explain this event because they can't come in and tell you that God took us home to heaven and, well, you're left on your own. So what are they going to do? They're going to say that we were abducted by aliens and those left behind are the chosen ones. A perfect way to unite the world. What a perfect way to usher in world peace. What a perfect way to usher in a one world system, one world government, one world religion. They already have the statement ready because they have been preparing for this for years. Just like true believers know that we are in the season, Satan knows we are in the season. And that's why we are seeing such an influx of UFOs and alien discussion, because he has his little minions, his fallen angels ready, and they are circulating. So once the church is removed, we go up, they come down.
Maybe the only way to unite this incredibly divided world of ours. They're out there. We better think of how all the differences among people on Earth would seem small if we felt threatened by a space invader. That's the whole theory of independence.
You're right.
Everybody gets together and makes nice.
Just to give you a little something to make your mind wonder, make your mind go, could this be? Most of it, to me, I believe it is. But hey, it's up for you to decipher for yourself.
This was a terrible time for Diddy to make the biggest mistake in this whole fucking case. His phone is missing, and this just ain't any phone. This is a ticking time bomb, and I like it. Now, reports say the phone was found at a recording studio, and now they selling that motherfucker on the black market, the dark web. This phone reportedly has 3 years of photos, videos, emails, everything, and not only couldn't this bring Diddy down, but the whole fucking Hollywood is what they saying. And this couldn't come at the fucking worst time for surviving Diddy Kelly, aka Mohawk Diddy. Why? Because many think he about to get bail tomorrow, Monday. And they saying what's on this phone, if this get out, they say he is fucking buried. Now, who has this phone, what's on it, and what are people willing to pay for it? That is what we are going to find out. I went into detail on my podcast, The Flow Show, No Filter. Check me out. I'm out.
Ooh, we say it ain't so.
Are we about to live through this 2018 movie? I'll tell you guys about the plot and let you be the judge. This is a movie called Upgrade. This is one of the posters. It says not man, not machine, more. So it starts with our main character, who looks hilariously similar to the guy from Venom, and his wife. They get into an accident in their self-driving car, which looks a lot like this one. After the car crashes, they're both ejected from the car. This group of guys with these upgraded features, like pew-pews in their palms, are coincidentally waiting for them at the scene, and they take out our main character's wife and injure his neck so that he's paralyzed from the neck down. While our main character is in the hospital recovering, the man who owns the smart car brand visits him and basically apologizes for the crash and says how sad he is for him, and then offers him a free chip to be put in his spine named STEM. He lets him know that because it's experimental, it would be free and that it would make him be able to walk again. We also see our main character grieving over his wife big time, and he says yes to the chip because he wants to be able to avenge his wife and get the men that took her out. So he gets the chip, and the first couple days he's just regaining all of his abilities to walk and move normally, and he's super happy with it. Then he starts hearing this Siri-like voice in his head telling him things and giving him like high-level information. Then he realizes he has super soldier-like abilities, and he goes and finds those men and whoops them. And then over time, the chip starts gaining sentience and starts using his body how it wants to and just massacres everything in his path. Once the guy that owns the smart car and chip company starts realizing that the chip is becoming sentient, he tries to get him to come back so that he could take the chip out or program it a different way. The chip won't let him. It's just like wreaking havoc. So he keeps remote controlling his chip. So our main character goes from super soldier to literally like he can't move. He just randomly collapses every time that the guy that owns the company powers the chip down. So he ends up relying on these like black market programmers that keep helping him to reprogram his chip so that he can continue. In the end, his chip goes full sentient and his consciousness takes a back seat. He thinks that but he's not. His body is alive. The chip has taken over and forced his consciousness out of his body. And we end up finding out that the guy that owns the company was intentionally causing these crashes and swooping in and playing hero when people were paralyzed. He was literally programming the smart cars to crash and sending like these super to the scene to make sure that the job was done and that these people would be desperate to get his chip. I also found it interesting that this is the Chinese movie poster for this movie. Look at what it's showing. Has anybody else seen this movie? I feel like it's so underrated. It is such an entertaining movie, but kind of alarming at the same time. What do you guys think? Do you see any parallels? Do you think that this is a possibility of something that might happen? Let me know in the comments. TikTok, this is satire for entertainment purposes only. I'm merely describing the plot of a movie.
The amount of fallen angels that came down with him have not multiplied. It's still the same number. So he has to be very intelligent and create a system by which he can multiply darkness. And so he doesn't have to attack every generation. He just needs to program the first generation to believe.
Oh boy. Shoot. Okay.
Yes.
I've never thought about that in my life.
A conversation you're meant to have with God that you don't have with him, Satan will have it with you.
Delayed obedience is still disobedience. Disobedience has implications.
The earth and the heavens have the same birth date, and so it is impossible to function effectively on the earth without consulting with the heavens.
When God speaks to man, he does not speak to man like he's speaking to man. God speaks to man like he's speaking to himself.
If your son fell from like a one-story building, you're going to call 911. We will call Jesus. We don't have any emergency line.
What we're lacking in America is there's no sense of desperation, so the hierarchies are being played around with. And God doesn't tend to sit at second place.
Culture is what carries captivity through generations. And so when one generation agrees with a captivity mindset, they teach the next generation. And by the fourth generation, nobody questions it because it's culture.
I ain't gonna lie, that was pretty deep.
Have you seen this clip? It is insane. It looks super sad, and it is, but it's also mysterious and triumphant at the same time. And so there was a guy down in South America, in Bolivia to be exact, and he was walking across the ground, and inside the earth he heard some neighing, and he's like, no, but he put his ear against the ground and he kept hearing it, and he's like, I swear. So he went and got some other local villagers, and they confirmed, and then they started digging down in the grass, and they discovered a horse stuck underground. The crazy thing is none of the ground was disturbed, so it's not like anybody buried it or there was a landslide. It was under this grass. You can see it up there. They're wondering if maybe there was an egg, like a horse egg, that we didn't know could happen, and it hatched underground, or it's been down there for millennia, frozen or something in permafrost, and it's finally come back alive. But they got the horse out, and it's thriving and well.
That's crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I would love to hear the backstory on that, like what really happened. Somebody said in the comment section that it was a horse egg. Man, I ain't never known a horse had no eggs, man. I thought horses were mammals, you know, they might come out in that sack. But no, matter of fact, horses come out already moving and stuff. They come out the butt and they already, you know, like Bambi and stuff on other. I didn't understand that one. For that horse to be in the ground like that, growing this long, how would it even survive without air and stuff? Talking about a horse egg and it grew there. Somebody in the comments said that too. But I just think I ain't understanding that one. Let me know what you think though down below in the comment section. You think that could be true? A horse, it could be such thing as a horse egg, and that this horse grew in the ground? Come on now, we ain't falling for the boo boo, man.
$1 for a 24 pack of Dasani water. Look at this. Nobody. That's crazy. $1. Who's buying that? Not me. Let's not forget, Dasani water has salt in it. And Coca-Cola makes Dasani water. Do you really want water from Coca-Cola? Purified water? I'm good. Spring water only. Some people's gonna be excited about this. $1 for 24 bottles of water? What if it's faucet water? TikTok does this for entertainment purposes only. It's not faucet water. It's just a lot of water available and they're giving out deals. I'm good on that deal. Last time I can remember, they always sell this water at water parks. You know why? So you can keep getting more thirsty and you can keep buying more. And let's not forget they $5 each. Nah, I'm just playing around, guys. Right before Thanksgiving. How convenient. $1, you might as well buy 5 packs. And you'll be drinking them all night because it's never gonna quench your thirst. I don't know what I'm talking about. I gotta take a nap, guys. I'm tired. So you still want this water? Go get it. It's $1. If this is $1, I don't see why it's not in Dollar Tree, Dollar General, or Family Dollar. It's only $1, guys. Go out there and get it. It's Thanksgiving. What? You gotta save that money. That's what they want you to think. You know what? I'm getting thirsty. I'm about to go drink some spring water.
I ain't gonna lie, it's something sinister to that, man. That's diabolical. $1 for a bottle of Dasani water. That is crazy. I just don't think it's. No, I don't think they just trying to help us out, give us some good, cleaner water, actual good water. I think there's something wrong with their water, man. It's a project or something, man. Some type of experiment. I don't know. I might just be tripping though. Let me know what you think down below. Check this.
That could be all right. You know the song Jingle Bells?
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bell rock.
No, you singing the wrong one. You trying to sing the cool one. I'm talking about the old one. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I was listening to Frank Sinatra earlier, so
hey, and then dang, bing, dang, bang. Better break these frequencies down. Ding, dang, dang, ding, dang, dang, ding, ding. That was almost happy. Dang, dang, dang. Guess where it comes from?
Where?
And I just got this in the mail today. You ready?
Yeah. Minstrel songs. Wow. Old and new.
Oh my gosh. Man. I got this. It had to come from somewhere. Somebody in Europe had it. You have to go to like these old bookstores where they got this stuff. Mm-hmm. Jingle Bells has to do with a song about a sleigh ride. The bells are the bells they tied to slaves. And when they ran away, you could find them because you could hear their bells jingling as they ran through the snow.
Wow.
The one horse open sleigh, and the sleigh has got to do with killing. And they're having fun chasing the slaves through the snow. Jingle, jingle, jangle. This is an African thing. Jango, it's a rhythm. Bells. And bells, part of something. If you look at bell a couple ways, it looks like ball, which is a god. You look that up. B-A-A-L. Jingle Bells is about chasing down slaves. Get the book. This book got a lot of stuff in here that you think that you feel like, oh my God, this song was great. They got the notes, show you how to play it. You see how old this book is? This book is from the 1800s. This is the actual book. It got melodies. Man, you got to turn the pages real careful because it's like old and got that funky smell. This book is actually from that time. This ain't no, well, we're trying to be mad at folks. No. You need to know that some of the stuff that you've been singing is putting you into a ritualistic state where you don't even realize you're chasing yourself through the snow. Now, the 12 Days of Christmas is a whole nother story. 12 Days of Christmas has got so much science, and it comes from some old ancient, what they want to call paganism. And paganism is when they felt that nature was everything. They worshiped, they looked up to nature.
Facts. Check it out. Do your
The
research.
space agency and the astronauts are now on TikTok debunking the uneducated flirfs. I watched 5 of their TikToks. I'm going to show you guys some screenshots and clips and let me know in the comments what you think. TikTok, this is satire for entertainment purposes only. Space is very real and we definitely live on a spherical globe. So we'll start here. I always check the reflections because that's how they like to hide things in plain sight. Look at his little arm mirror thing. That looks kind of flat to me. Maybe it's just the angle though. And then there was this one where I thought the angle was kind of weird too. And then there was this one where it looks like it's almost flat and it looks like the sun is local. There's no way though, that's impossible. And then there was this one. And then there was this one. And then in the reflection of the helmet, it almost looks like that too. And then there was this one. Oh cool, we're gonna see what they eat in outer space. Looks like a fishing line on the shirt. Oh, look at the chocolate cake. Looks like the fishing line was right next to the chocolate cake. Or maybe that's just another optical illusion. Okay, now they're floating. Oh, why is her shirt sticking up like that? Oh, now they're surfing. And the back of their shirts are sticking up too. Look at how this warps. And how flat it gets as it warps. People say that they're putting it in our face and laughing at us, but that's clearly not true. Everything is sheerly coincidence, optical illusions, us being crazy, or light refraction. And that nonsense that people always say about their name meaning to deceive in Hebrew, yeah, that's been debunked time and time again. That's not true. That's not what their name means. Their name actually translates to truth tellers. Did you guys know that? After all, why would they lie to us? This video is satire for entertainment purposes only. These are strictly my opinions and I'm crazy.
Let me know what you think down below in the comment section.
Parents are a pair who rents. Because you don't own your child, you sign them away using a signature. You signed your nature with a sigil. A sigil is a symbol used in witchcraft. Oh my God! You are born into this world, and the word born comes from barren, which means lifeless, dull, and boring. Then you are controlled by the government, the governmentality. They control your mind. Everything physical began as a thought in the thinking mind. The mind is the root cause of reality, so they control your mind, not your body. They do this by broadcasting spells to north, east, west, and south, the news.
My God! Wow!
Then they teach you the vowels in this specific order, A, E, I, O, U. To teach you that you owe them to become a slave. You are weak in the weekdays because you are working. Where you were a king, you are no longer a king if you are working. Then on the weekend, you are weakened from the weekdays. Days is a daze where you are in a state of confusion. The television is used to tell a vision, to program you on the programs. They want you to think slaughter is laughter, hello is hell is low. Words are swords because they mold your mind. They also create three-dimensional sound waves which impacts the fabric of matter. I believe that we were never meant to use words. Language has been manipulated so that we no longer use telepathy because we are all connected on the mental plane. We still have telepathic powers which we call intuition.
I am really starting to believe that they are actually putting it right in front of our faces. Listen to this, y'all.
Any idea how much diesel they have to burn to mix that much concrete or make that steel and haul this shit out here and put it together with a 450-foot crane? You want to guess how much oil it takes to lubricate that fucking thing or winterize it? And it's 20-year lifespan. It won't offset the carbon footprint of making it. And don't get me started on solar panels and the lithium in your Tesla battery.
Lithium? Speculation in my opinion only, TikTok.
And never mind the fact that if the whole world decided to go electric tomorrow, we don't have the transmission lines to get the electricity to the cities. It'd take 30 years if we started tomorrow. And unfortunately for your grandkids, We have 120-year petroleum-based infrastructure. Our whole lives depend on it. And hell, it's in everything. That road we came in on, the wheels on every car ever made, including yours, it's in tennis rackets and lipstick and refrigerators and antihistamines, pretty much anything plastic. Your cell phone case, artificial heart valves, any kind of clothing that's not made with animal or plant fibers, soap, fucking hand lotion, garbage bags, fishing boats, you name it. Every fucking thing. And you know what the kicker is? We're going to run out of it before we find its replacement.
It's the thing that's going to kill us all. As a species.
No, the thing that's going to kill us all is running out before we find an alternative. And believe me, if Exxon thought them fucking things right there were the future, they'd be putting them all over the goddamn place. Getting oil out of the ground is the most dangerous job in the world. We don't do it because we like it. We do it because we run out of options. And you're out here trying to find something to blame for the danger besides your boss. There ain't nobody to blame but the demand that we keep pumping it.
You know, seeing that really got me to thinking about everything that happened with North Carolina and all the mines under North Carolina. And I've heard that all was intentional, and I'm really starting to believe it. We are under such evil right now, y'all. It's just unbelievable. Anyway, get right with God. That's all I can say, because the end is very near. Anyway, I love y'all. Have a good day. Bye.
If you watched this video up to this point, consider pressing the thumbs up button and sharing this video.
What I tell you, it's always about what? It's all about the plot, the ploy, and the play. Like I always say, question everything, man. Question everything. They trying to make us fall for the boo-boo, man. And we ain't.
I got Sinbad Genie Pants. I got them 3 for $20.
This is a sketch from Saturday Night Live starring Bernie Mac, where Bernie Mac references Sinbad's Genie Pants. This is from April 5th, 2003. More proof that Shazam with Sinbad existed.
Like I said, don't fall for the boo-boo, man. If it wasn't real, why would Bernie be talking about it? Come on now.
Am I the only one that thinks it's just weird how they put out the information that they cut 2 underwater internet cables? Huh? They cut 2 internet cables?
Cut the cables, man.
The landscaping is landscaping. Would it be strange if our internet cut out? I'm just saying. Hey, I don't know what's going on. I'm just telling you. I wouldn't be surprised if another internet cable gets cut. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a reset. That's a technological one. You know why? For one purpose and one purpose only. Starlink.
Man, just think about that. Like I said, don't fall for the boo-boo, man. A lack of perception breeds deception. Get the hell of my eyes to see it. You know what I'm saying? And like I always say, it's your boy Coozie. I'll catch you in the next video. I'm out. Holla.